I'm Andrew Phillips and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a cracked and leaking outside faucet. Let's go ahead and get started. So what we have here, this is a PVC pipe. We had an irrigation system put in a few years back and they gave me some outside faucets and an outlet also near the pool. And so this is not like your typical wall mount that's coming out of the house. This is a PVC one. If you want to see another video I did where I showed how to fix a broken irrigation pipe that was underground, you can check that out via the link above. Also have it down in the description. But this one here, don't know what happened. Definitely some strain here on this 90-degree angle coupling right here. But I'm going to get a close-up and show you how it's cracked. Then we're going to fire up the water in this thing. We're going to turn that on with our relay switch because this is connected to the irrigation. And I'll show you how it's spraying out. And then we'll get down to business on getting this thing fixed. You can see the split right here. If we come underneath and if I move it, you can see how it cracks here and then even down here into this PVC right here, approximately right down here. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut it below that point. I'm going to cement in. We're going to prime it first, prep and prime the PVC first. We'll get into all that, and we'll put a little attachment coupling here and then extend this back up to right about here and then replace this 90-degree. This part here, this is still good. So we'll just unscrew that. So we'll need to make sure that we get one that's threaded. But here, if I pull it back, you can see it's cracked there. You can see the crack going up there and underneath. So it's not good, but let's turn this on and I'll show you what it's doing. So as we saw, water's coming out here, going around the back, spraying there. That split, you can see it coming down right about to here. So we're going to be cutting it below that. But that's what we're dealing with. And as mentioned already, we can salvage this. So let me show you what will be needed to complete this. So what we're going to be looking for, you have the diameters right here. So we have the diameter going in is 1 inch, 1/2 inch for the faucet. Also has it on the faucet. So that's what we're going to be looking for. So I'm here at Lowe's. They have all the PVC stuff here. You can see right here for the elbow, it has 1 inch by 1/2 inch. So we'll grab that. It's threaded on the 1/2 inch. Next, we're going to need a 1 inch coupling to join the pieces together because our diameter, the outer diameter is 1 inch of our pipe. Next, we'll come here to this rack. They have different sizes, and we'll grab the 1 inch pipe that we're going to need. And if we take a look, you can see how it says 1 inch on it. That way you can confirm it. I'm going to use just a regular hacksaw here. And we see the split is here as we just saw. So I'm going to cut it about right here. I want to make sure that we're completely below any flaws. So that way we don't have any issues. Want to be careful that you don't hit your siding, especially with this being so close. But you want to make as straight cut as possible. It'll make it easier for adding the coupling. Go here. Get this off here. There we go. And that's off. And then before we attach it, and I'll show you when we get into it, we're going to sand this down smooth. You don't want it all rough. And then we'll use the primer and then the cement, put the coupling there, put another piece of PVC, maybe about 4 or 5 inches. Then we'll add our 90 back up top, and that'll kind of give us the height where we were at. We can take this off because we're keeping this. So this is what we're going to be replacing. We're going to have this piece, the coupling, and then the 90 threaded. And as we saw when we went over what we picked up at the store and what's needed, you want to make sure you get the right sizes. So this is what you're going to need. Obviously, we have the hacksaw that we already used to cut the pipe, so you definitely need that. We have our replacement 1 inch pipe because that's the size that we're dealing with. So whatever size you're dealing with, you need to buy that diameter. Then we do have the elbow that goes up at the top where we can screw in our faucet. You want to make sure that that is also for the 1 inch. And then we just have our little cup link here to join the two pieces together. We have our purple primer and we have our PVC cement, and that's what we're going to be using. As we look here, now that we've cut this piece off, right where the faucet screwed in, might have been screwed in too tight. You can see the crack started there and then the brake just went this way. Here around back, which is why we saw it spraying out of the back. And then we have, as we saw earlier, you can kind of see the hairline crack coming down to about right here. That just shows you close up. So we're going to salvage the faucet piece, obviously, and then just replace these broken parts. So the first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to cut this piece here of this 1-inch pipe. We don't want it too long because we still have a lot of pipe left over. So you can see what we cut off here. Keep in mind that goes in to about right here. So I think we'll cut it probably right about here is where we're going to make our cut. So let me just make that line and then we'll hack that off. And right here. All right, that has now been cut off. We're going to take a little bit of sandpaper and just clean. You don't want to have all that rough stuff on there, so that way when it goes inside the cup link. So we'll just take this, let's clean it. And we're going to do the same with the other piece that's outside. Nice and clean. So now that can slide right in here. We'll cement this in. We're going to cement this on, and then we'll head outside and then cement that onto the piece that's in the ground. So to do that, we're going to get our purple primer. I'm not going to do it over the concrete because this can sometimes drip. I don't want it getting all over that. So let's head outside and we'll put it together out there. First thing I'm going to do, we're going to sand this off like we did that other piece. Just clear off any roughness from where we cut it. There we go. Let's get the camera in here up close and we're going to start priming and adding the cement and putting things together. First thing we're going to do is prime it. So we're going to prime the insides of these connectors and then the outsides of this pipe, get it all together with the cement. So we'll take this primer. This stuff can be a little messy. Just go here on the inside, set that there. We're going to go here on the inside of this one on both sides since we're connecting it. Let that dry. Go around here. And you want to go liberally with this stuff. You don't want to cut corners, but we're going to apply it like that. Let this dry real good. And then I'm also going to do it here on the pipe sticking out of the ground. Just go around it like that, where it's going to attach. Now with that, just let it dry for a quick second, and now we're going to apply the cement. This stuff here. Put it here on the outside, and then also here on the inside of the fitting, you want to put it as well. And you want to apply this stuff also liberally. Okay, and then the way that you're going to do it, you're going to slide it on while rotating it, and it will make the bond. And it's going to dry quick. Push it all the way down. And that's it. So now we'll get this other piece. We're going to apply it liberally here on the outside of it. And here on the inside of the pipe. Put it in, and you're going to be turning it as you put it in. Push it all the way down till it's firm like that. There we go. And this stuff dries fast, so you don't have a lot of time to maneuver it. So now let's get the other piece. We're going to apply it again, liberally here on the outside. And then here on the inside. We're going to put this one on. Now keep in mind we need it facing forward because that's where it's going to connect. So we'll bring it around, pushing it all the way down. There we go. It's nice and straightforward. And this thing is already dry right here. I mean, you can't move it after that. Here's a better shot of it. So this is where we cut it off. We attached this, added another piece of 1/2 inch, our elbow right here. You can see how it's threaded. So now, this is the old one. We're going to remove the faucet, put a little bit of Teflon tape on the threads, screw it in there, and then we'll try it. Everything is nice and tight as we saw, lined up perfect. We're going to unscrew this faucet. It's a lot of gunk here on the threads from the old Teflon tape or plumbing putty. I don't know what the plumber used. You want to clean that real good. You don't want to be putting junk back in there. All right, we're going to take a little bit of this Teflon tape and just put it on the threads, seal it real good, and not going to over tighten it to where it's going to put strain and crack it, which is what it looked like happened. There we go. Now we can just take it, screw it in. And really just tighten it until, this might be too tight, but let me see if I take it around one more time. Nah, that's going to be too tight. So we'll end it right here. We don't want to crack it again. Close that valve. And that seems pretty good. Okay, let's turn on the water and let's test it and see how it looks. As we just saw, everything came out really good. No leaking here. Okay, well that wraps it up. Quick video on how to fix a broken outside faucet if it's cracked, leaking, as we saw at the beginning. Easy fix. This was $15 in parts, as we saw when we were at Lowe's. We just grabbed a couple items. So we bought the 1 inch right here, cut it down to size, put the little coupling here to join the two together, and then put the 90-degree elbow. Able to screw that back in. Everything is working great. The leak has been fixed for 15 bucks. Hope that this video was informative for you, helped you out if you're having any issues with a outside faucet with PVC piping that may have cracked, broken, leaking, anything like that. Easy fix. Just cut the piece off. Buy the replacement parts. You'll need the cement and the primer. This stuff glues fast, as we saw. That was all in real time. So like literally in 2-3 minutes, this thing was back to working condition again. So I hope the video was informative for you, helped you out. Please send me any questions, comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all the support. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out my other videos down in the description. And I'll see you next time.